Well, good day, everyone. This is Chris back again, the Ancient Scholar, and I am going to be continuing answering the problem set that you had last week. If you are a student in my respiratory therapy pharmacology class, fall of 2012. In the prior video, I had answered problems 1 through 7, and now we will go ahead and tackle problems 8 through 14. And hopefully everybody was able to get their homework into the division offices and time-stamped. Had the guys time-stamp the homework and put it into my mailbox there. I know there were a couple of you that had some scheduling and family issues, but you were apparently going to email me those, and at least one person I did get an email with a timestamp on it there. So let's go ahead and dive right into these questions here. We'll pick up where we left off and take it from there. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and take a look at number 8 up here. And 8 asks, or says, you will administer 5 milligrams of 0.083% albuterol to your patient. How many milliliters of albuterol will you draw up? Again, I've did some tutoring sessions last week, and I think some of the issues that some of the people are having is not necessarily the math. It's how to set the darn problems up. I really think that's where most of the issues are, so we'll go ahead and talk about setting them up. And that's actually one of the major reasons I do these answers this way, because you can go back and watch these videos and follow along as much as you want, as many times as you want. So what this question is saying is that I have a vial of 0.083% albuterol, and that's all I have. And my patient needs 5 milligrams, and I need to figure out how many milliliters of that 0.083% albuterol equal 5 milligrams. So, like any percentage problem, the first thing I need to do is I need to figure out what 0.083% actually means, and I need to reduce it to milligrams, because that's actually what I'm administering, milligrams to my patient. So if you remember, percentage is always grams out of 100 milliliters. The 100 milliliters never, ever, ever changes. So really what 0.083% is 0.083 grams in 100 milliliters. Okay? Well, we can also express that in milligrams. And 0.083 grams is simply 83 milligrams in 100 milliliters. And if you're not sure how I came up with that, I suggest you go ahead and just review your basic conversion tables that we went over at the beginning of the lecture on how to convert grams to milligrams and milligrams to micrograms. And the conversion is there are 1,000 milligrams for every single gram. And those conversions, and then 1,000 micrograms for every milligram. And those conversions are quite helpful. And that's why I emphasize that table in lecture as well. Okay, so now we have the concentration that we need here, because now we're talking milligrams. So 0.083% is 0.083 grams in 100 milliliters, or 83 milligrams in 100 milliliters. So now that I know that, I'm going to go ahead and erase all this stuff here, and we'll go ahead and now set up the problem, or what the way that I've talked about doing the have-want, and other people do proportions and whatnot, and that's fine if you're more comfortable doing that. Okay, so what do I have, and what do I want? Well, I know that I have 83 milligrams in 100 milliliters. And I would write my units when I set these problems up, because what I find is that people are flip-flopping. If I start with milligrams on top, I need to have milligrams over here on this side. If I have milliliters on the bottom, I need to have milliliters there. Okay, so now how many milliliters? That's what the question is asking. And I need to give 5 milligrams. So I have 5 milligrams, and what I need to find is X milliliters. And then I simply solve this by cross multiplying. Okay, 83x equals 500. Okay, divide both sides by 83, divide by 83, and X is going, I'm going to round this up a little bit, excuse me, but what is X going to equal? Well, X is going to be maybe not equal. I'm going to just draw a little arrow here, and I'm going to put the answer here. Is approximately equal, we'll say, excuse me, is approximately equal to 6 milliliters. And that's actually a good thing to remember, is because this is the most common concentration of albuterol that you're going to run into in clinicals is 0.083 percent. And let me just change the color on this real quick to emphasize that. If I'm dealing with 0.083% albuterol, which is the most common concentration we run into, every 3 milliliters is going to equal 2.5 milligrams. Now, you remember from lecture, we actually calculated that, and it was 2.9 and some change, or 2.49 and some change, and we just rounded to 2.5. And you're safe to do that here as well. So if I have 6 milliliters, that's going to be 5 milligrams. 9 milliliters is going to be 7.5, and so on. So that's just a good conversion factor to kind of throw in the back of your mind there. Okay, so I'm at 7 minutes. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off here, since I spent some extra time talking about that problem, talking about percentage conversions. And I'm going to make a third video where I'll go ahead and kind of get through the other questions, just so I don't have these really long videos. Okay, guys, as always, thanks for hanging in there. See you in the next video.